Another crazy project with the Barbie RV. Up on the top corner, sorry about the sun, the angle, try to catch it a little bit better. Up on the top corner next to the passenger door, there were already screws, so I used a longer self-tapping screw, I think square drive, stainless steel, a couple of washers and just a nut. There's a nut, like a standard hex nut that the screw goes through, and then I used a hook from an EPDM tie down. And then I use this 1/4-inch bungee, which is available from an online rope store. You can buy it in bulk. I'll put the link in the video description. And I ran one cord down underneath the rear view mirror, over the front, underneath the wipers, and then back up to the other side, to the other screw. And then to do a top cord, this is using the 2-foot or 24-inch by 24-inch by Reflectix, I think it's called. So Lowe's Reflectix, that's it. Reflectix. This is the 24-inch by 25-foot roll. Covers the whole window. Leaves a gap on the bottom of the side windows for air ventilation. I did all my measurements and I have exactly enough with one roll. The roll cost $24. The bungee was like 20 cents a foot or something. And I think I bought 100 foot of it. And you use about, like, to give you an idea how many feet you use about 2/3 to a half right in there between the two numbers of bungee, because it's stretched out to reach from there to the other side. So on the top one, I started at the same hook, and then on this side I had a funky old FM antenna mount that I could pass it under. Hopefully you can see that. That holds it down from just, going up over the roof, passing over the top of the foil. And then I just mimicked that on the other side with a self-tapping. I drilled a pilot hole. I can't remember what size, maybe 3/8, I think. Is that right? Yeah, 3/8, and then I put a slightly larger self-tapping hex bolt in there with, again, a nut washer. That holds it down. And then the important thing I gotta mention here is you want to use the 3350 tape from 3M. It's in the tape section of Lowe's, in the paint section. It's $10, $11 a roll. It's like $10.97. You don't want to use the foil tape because that's for fixed. It's this tape here. I hope you can see that number. I'll take a look at the roll here. Here it is. See it easy with the light. You want to use this stuff. On the front, if I still have the plastic from the front. Yeah, I do. Here. It's that stuff right there. What's funny is they'll put a number up here, and that's the identification for the roll, but the important thing is it's a 3350. The 3340 is the foil tape, and that would be okay if your Reflectix wasn't going to move at all, but of course it's going to flex, and this will flex, and it also has a high heat resistance. It's basically foil tape that's flexible. So it's not actually foil, but it is temperature conductive. It's good stuff. So right now the place is a mess while I work on the generator and I've got a great shop vac and stuff, but I got to get the generator working right. I think it's just too lean because that 87 octane ethanol clogs up the jets. So I've got another tank to go in. I'll give you a quick preview of that project. Hope this is a good angle. You can see how that mounts up there. The old hot water heater, you just pull the fitting off here, right? If you can see it again, the light is really bad. It's too fucking bright. You pull that overflow fitting off, there's a ring around here, you pull it off. These are just junk anyway. Pull that fitting off, that's the drain. And then you can basically pull the tank out the back. And I'll be cutting this out here underneath and putting in a slot, a metal box for a gas tank that'll feed the generator independently of the main tank. So I can put 91 octane, seafoam, whatever I want in there to clean out the generator, keep it stabilized and clean. So that's how you do that. Again, it's just Reflectix. It's real easy. I'll tape it on the back side too. Right now I just taped it on the front side. And because of the curve of the window, you'll put one piece over the bottom and the top piece will overlap slightly on the corners. So you'll need to trim it like that. You'll need to trim it pretty thick at it's about 1 inch in the end, and then it tapers off. That allows you to get a piece that lays flat. And this is press adhesive tape. So you want to really press it down as you're applying it. Then you'll avoid some of the gaps that I got in there. So really press it down. Make sure your hands aren't oily so you're not getting oil on the Reflectix. And already it's cooler on the inside. And then this will wrap around. Right now the wind is catching it and blowing it up, but when it's finished, I'll have a piece that starts here of Reflectix that goes over the rear view mirror and continues over the top and goes all the way to the passenger door, covering up the window, but leaving this open for air ventilation and a little bit of light. But the worst part of the light will be blocked out and heat. Then I'll have one big cover, and then I can just roll it up when I'm done, and then basically take the bungee cords off the hook, take the hook off, and roll up the Reflectix. And they charge $250 online for a similar setup, and you can make it yourself for $25 of Reflectix and $11 with the tape, and about probably $10 at most worth of bungee material. So you're looking at a project cost of $25, $35, $36, $45, right? And it doesn't look bad either. The bungee will hold the Reflectix on the front, and it'll also hold the Reflectix on the side there and at the top. Too easy, too easy.